In this video, we're going to talk about one of Africa's Great Lakes, a body of water so huge and so full of life, it's basically an inland ocean. So what if I told you that just one lake holds more types of fish than all of Europe and North America put together? Well, that place is Lake Malawi, and let me tell you, beneath its surface is a world of incredible color and biodiversity that would give any coral reef a run for its money. It's a true natural wonder, and we're about to dive in and uncover its secrets. So, here's what we've got on tap. We'll start with where it is and why it has so many names. Then, we'll try to wrap our heads around its massive scale. After that, we'll dive into the incredible universe of life inside it, see why it's so important for the people there, and, finish up with some really cool and surprising facts. Okay, first things first, let's get our bearings. Where in the world is this lake, and what's the deal with all the different names? You'll find it sitting in the East African Rift System, which is this huge valley created where tectonic plates are literally pulling the continents apart. It's the southernmost lake in that whole system. And its name? Well, it actually changes depending on which country you're in. Stand in Malawi, and it's Lake Malawi. Cross over to Tanzania, it's Lake Nyasa. And in Mozambique, they call it Lago Nyasa. Same lake, 3 names. To really get a feel for Lake Malawi, you've got to look at the numbers. It's seriously hard to comprehend just how massive this thing is until you see it broken down. Okay, check this out. Its surface area is a staggering 29,600 square kilometers. I mean, to put that into perspective, that's bigger than some entire countries. No surprise it's the 9th largest lake in the whole world by area. And it's not just wide, it's also incredibly deep. In some spots, it plunges down 706 meters. That makes it the second deepest lake in all of Africa. Just imagine that. So with all that space, it holds about 8,400 cubic kilometers of water. That number is so huge it's hard to even picture, but it's enough to rank it as the 4th largest freshwater lake in the world by volume. It's just a colossal amount of water. So where does all this water come from? Well, its main source is the Ruhuhu River, which flows in from Tanzania, plus a bunch of smaller rivers. The only major way water gets out is through the Shire River down at its southern end. But here's the crazy part. Over 80% of the water it loses is just from evaporation, straight up into the African sun. But the numbers only tell part of the story. The really amazing thing, what makes Lake Malawi so special, is the life that is just teeming within these waters. It's unlike any other lake on the planet. To really get the magic of this place, you need to know this word, endemic. An endemic species is one that's totally unique to one specific place. And Lake Malawi, because it's so old and isolated, is basically a living laboratory for evolution. It's just been churning out new species you can't find anywhere else on Earth. The lake is a global hotspot for biodiversity, and it's famous for its cichlid fish. We're talking about an estimated 1,000 different species. That is more than any other lake in the world. And the wildest part? The huge majority of them live right here and absolutely nowhere else. Now these cichlids are mostly split into 2 big groups. First, you have the mbuna, which means rockfish. These guys are smaller, super brightly colored, and they hang out among the rocky shores. Then you've got the bigger open water hunters, known as haps and utaka, where the males often show off these incredible, dazzling colors. And of course, the ecosystem supports way more than just fish. I mean, this is a classic African scene. You've got Nile crocodiles, hippos, and of course, the majestic African fish eagle. Its cry is literally the sound of the African wilderness. So this lake isn't just some beautiful nature preserve. For the millions of people who live along its shores, it is a vital, essential lifeline. Yeah, the lake is absolutely at the heart of the whole regional economy. It supports enormous fisheries that feed the people, a growing tourism industry for people who want to see its clear water and amazing beaches. It's a highway for ferries, and its outflow on the Shire River provides crucial hydropower. But when something is that important, it can, unfortunately, lead to disputes. There's been a long-standing disagreement between Malawi and Tanzania over where their border is. Malawi says it owns almost the entire lake, right up to the Tanzanian shore. But Tanzania says, no way, the border should be in the middle. And this whole thing has gotten even more tense with the possibility of oil and gas under the lake bed. And this incredible resource is under some serious threat. Overfishing is hammering key species, like the famous chambo fish. You've got pollution from farms running off into the water. And of course, climate change is causing water levels to drop, which puts its whole future in danger. Alright, to finish up, let's dive into some of the stories and really surprising facts that make Lake Malawi so unique. Its history is just as deep and fascinating as its water. You know, the famous explorer David Livingstone got to the lake way back in 1859, and he's the one who gave it that awesome nickname, the Lake of Stars. He was inspired when he saw all the fishermen's lanterns twinkling across the water at night, looking just like the stars in the sky. Pretty poetic, right? How about a few more mind-blowing facts? It gets called the Calendar Lake because it's about 365 miles long and 52 miles wide. Get it? 365 days, 52 weeks. Then there's this. This lake was the scene of the British Empire's first naval victory in World War I, a naval battle on a lake. Locals also do something pretty amazing. They harvest huge swarms of lake flies and make these protein-rich patties called kunga cakes. And from a science standpoint, it's a meromictic lake. That's a fancy way of saying it's deep oxygen-poor water and its top layers just never ever mix. So from its incredible size to its dazzling fish, Lake Malawi is just a place of wonder. It's an aquarium, it's a lifeline, and it's a piece of history all rolled into one. But its future really depends on finding a delicate balance, a balance between the needs of the people and the need to protect one of the most incredible natural treasures on Earth. The question is, can that balance be found? Alright, that is it for this video, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.